Hello, good morning, and welcome to News Desk here on the Joy News channel. Coming up, one person dead with over 150 others displaced in East Mamprusi municipality following recent flooding in the northeast region. And MPP's flag bearer hopeful Adai Nimo ups his game with demands for a free and fair election as the party's Super Delegates Congress draws nearer. And Ghana ranked as fourth in among 20 best English-speaking countries in Africa. That's according to the 2022 English Proficiency Index. We'll tell you more about where our neighbors are on the ranking. We have details plus business and all in this package. Stay with us. A reminder that this news is live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125. Around the world on myjoyonline.com. Let's settle for the details now. And outrage brews among residents of Tema as chaotic parking of transit, haulage trucks engulfs the city's major roads, posing danger to lives of locals, drivers and pupils of business schools across the metropolis. According to residents, city authorities' inaction has emboldened transit truck drivers to flout traffic rules and endanger public safety recklessly. My colleague Carlos Caloni reports from the airport city of Tema.
Tema, which used to boast as one of Ghana's foremost planned cities, is gradually losing its shine. And some have described the city as a decaying city due to a number of factors, including what you can see in your picture, where you find transit trucks parking by the shoulders of the road here on the Harbour Road, exposing motorists to a lot of danger. Residents have been expressing concerns over this issue and would want to speak to Masaudu, who is a concerned citizen here in Tema, about the situation and what he makes of the situation.
As for this particular road, the transit people have taken over the road and it has narrowed the road. It has made sometimes when you want to cross the road, you don't see your view well. And it has caused one or two accidents on this road. Several accidents, not one or two. And because of here, the street light and other things too are not working. When they park, darkness overshadow the area and robbers too also attack. The zebra crossing too is fate. So even the children crossing, a car has hit children 1 or 2 or 3 times here due to this particular situation, and it seems the authorities are not concerned with it. A number of accidents has happened, which I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, I think a tanker driver, a small car, 2 cars, and the road was too narrow. So the other car need to hit the big truck on the road. The other uses the transit cars which are parked on the road. So they've been seeing it, and the police people are all aware because this is their route.
In the evening, it's dangerous. We need to move even if the road is swelling. Because of the weight, it's spoiling the road. When you talk to them that they should not park here, then they are fighting with you. The Burkina, I don't know whether Burkina or Mali. So you don't need them. And the people are complaining. Because sometimes when people drop from the car to cross, if you don't watch it well, you will hit by a car. It's very dangerous. So we need to remove it here. We need to remove them.
Have you had any experience yourself or anybody hit by vehicle?
Yeah, several times. So nowadays, we have some guys who normally stand here with a flag to direct the people to cross the road. Otherwise, they will hit by a car. It's very, very dangerous. In the evening, you can't stand them. All the time, I fight with them. We really concerned to TMA. We reported to commander, the regional commander. I called them. They came here. Still, they are still parking. You don't know. This is our problem. We need to remove them. It's very dangerous. They are swelling the road.
This is Community 8, number 3 primary school, right by the road that goes to the harbour. Now, when the kids close from school, they come to this particular bus stop here and they cross to the other side of the road to pick vehicles into their various homes. But right across the road is what you can see, the trucks parked there, and according to residents, this is actually exposing the school kids to a lot of danger. This transit driver defends the illegal act with this excuse.
You see, say, some of the thing with the park for here, both times, if you come out for the fishing album, they don't go give you your money, your advance, your everything, so that if you know, say, you take that, if you don't go, you know, say, you dey road top, you don't go. But they go fit come park you for a year. They go say they go bring you money. You go fit park like 3 days, 4 days before you go see the agent. You go bring the money for you. If like you load finish, they give you your money, your papers, your duties, everything. You do your road top. You don't go park for a year. We dey park for a year, they steal us. They steal our battery, our diesel. So you know we our problem. Me I dey here like 3 days with that. I park for a year. Since Friday, no I come for a year.
When contacted, the Executive Secretary for Joint Association of Port Transport Unions, Japtu Ibrahim Musa, attributed 3 core factors as the root cause behind this menace.
As a union, there are a number of factors that are contributing to that situation over there. Key in that is the fact that we do not have a designated truck park for loaded trucks that exit from the port. The GPHA has shown the way by providing a truck park that is mostly used by empty trucks behind the Committee 1 Timber Market. This is a facility that GPHA made huge investment in acquisition, in putting in the required features and facilities. We have a mosque, we have washrooms, we have the required security, lighting, and all of that. But this is primarily used by empty trucks. Well, that is one reason, the lack of conducive parking space. The second factor from our investigation also has to do with the delay in the payment of advance by cargo owners and their agents. Most of the time, once the cargo is loaded, the transporter has to wait for the advance to be paid, which is part payment for that contract. Now, until the payment is made, we are unable as transporters to officially start the trip. So sometimes you see these trucks parked there waiting to receive their advance. I remember 3 years ago, at the sensitization forum that is organized annually by the Shippers Authority for transporters, this issue came up very strongly to the point that as a union we were even pushing for a policy of no advance, no loading, so that before a truck enters the port, at least the driver or the transporter would have given the advance. So once you are cleared with the documentation side and you exit the port, you have no reason to loiter or park at unapproved or unauthorized locations. And then finally, some of these trucks also park there for reasons that I'm sure you might be interested in investigating further, to do some axle with control facilitation. That's how I choose to put it. You realize that in most towns where you have axle stations, you'll find a lot of obviously overloaded trucks parked. Our little investigation shows that these trucks are also parked there because something has to happen at the axle control stations to allow them easy access to go. So these are 3 of the factors that are combining to account for the problem that we see there.
Even though officials of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, declined speaking publicly, they maintained the drivers have no justification for parking on the shoulders of the road, since this transit terminal, which can take up to 205 trucks at a go, has what it takes to contain the situation. But the Executive Secretary of JAPTU vehemently disagrees.
Within the whole Tema port community, aside the new truck park and the Banda Yard, and the new truck park takes maximum 400 trucks, Banda Yard can do at most 120. Meanwhile, we have over 8,000 trucks registered to do business in the port community. So if at any given time 20% of these trucks are within the port community, you can imagine the size of congestion that we will witness. Primarily, it has to do with the inability of the Assembly to provide us with space for parking.
Reacting to the concern, MC of Tema Metropolitan Assembly, Johan Ama Ashite, assured that comprehensive strategies are well underway to end the menace.
Yes, it's come to my attention. Before I took over, we used to have lots more of this long tracks. These are tracks who are actually plying the road, and they belong to different nationals. Most of them are not Ghanaian tracks. Some are from Burkina Faso, some are from Cote d'Ivoire, some are from Togo. So they are multinational. And then based on the protocol, if you're dealing with them, we have to be a little bit careful. But we were able to meet with GPHA. We were able to get a location around the Loop Oil area. And that took a huge chunk of them. We still have some which are still there. As we speak now, there's another place that we've identified. We have a contractor now who is putting things together to get a place in shape. Once this is done, then we should be able to move the remainder to that particular facility. And after that, we shouldn't have problems. But you see, normally, if they are ordinary tracks, there's a way we deal with them. But these are tracks that are coming from different nationals, and they are here to do business. So if you're here to do business and we have issues such as this with space and all that, we handle it a little bit differently than those who are here and they know the law and the rules, and then we take it up from there. But I'm much more positive that with the new location that we've located around the TTL area and the contractor who has come in now, I believe strongly that within a matter of 2 to 3 months, we should have this thing under full control such that you wouldn't see any truck parked by our roadside around that period. That place could take about 100 trucks, and the trucks we see on the road are 20, 25 now. So I believe that the 100 trucks could all be parked there. And we are still looking for other areas to see if it's possible that in the near future we can have more places that we can dedicate or allocate to trucks of this nature. And I know GPHA themselves too have a new terminal that is also coming up. And when it's finished, I think that this would actually solve and nip the problem in the bud once and for all. But for us here at Assembly, we have a place now, and we are sure within 2 to 3 months, it should be completed. And when it's done, this menace on our road should cease within the metropolis.
Indeed, in spite of these challenges, the MC of the Metropolitan Assembly believes all hope is not lost, and that Tema will regain its shine. Reporting from the premises of the Tema Metropolitan Assembly, my name is Carlos Caloni for Joy News.
Now to other stories, one person has been confirmed dead and over 150 others displaced following flooding as a result of torrential rains in the East Mamprusi municipality of the Northeast region. We understand that in the whole Northeast region, 4 persons have died, but in the East Mamprusi, 1 person has died. According to the paramount chief of Bintri, hundreds of farmlands have also been destroyed, while many residents remained cut off in the communities. The chief said the displaced persons were being hosted in a primary at Yankanzia. He was speaking to the regional minister, Yidana Zakaria, and the municipal chief executive, Rashida Mahama, who were on a tour of the areas affected by the rain disaster. The regional minister, Yidana Zakaria, has been giving us an update on the AM show.
The intervention of His Excellency the Vice President to quickly maintain it in order that that one too does not suffer the fate of the damage done. So let me say that, yes, the experience of flooding is not all attributed to the dam bursting their banks. It's not exactly the case.
Okay.
The only case is the Ghani example. But for most parts of the East Mamprusi, the Yuyo district, the Bunkubu Nakanduri, and the Tripoli district, it's just flooding. It's not as a result of dams bursting the bank.
Okay. Hold the line for me. Let me bring in the NADMO director for the Northeast region, Kweku Al-Hassan. Kweku, Mr. Al-Hassan, I'm grateful for joining us here. What is the extent of damage from all of these flooding situations in the region?
First of all, let me apologize to my minister for not updating him on the death tone. The death tone is 4, not 2. Because since yesterday we're having challenges with our network, so I wanted to give him the update, but it wasn't possible. So the West Mamprusi municipality, we have 2 of the deaths. The East Mamprusi, we have 1. Yiyo Nanson, 1. So in all, the death tone is 4. Quite apart from that, I'm not sure there is anything new for me to add to what my boss, the regional minister, has said. Because I was part of the team that went around to do the assessment. As he has indicated, what has happened to us or what has left behind is just about distraction. But what I can also say is to also thank government and NADMO for responding swiftly to the plight of the victims in the region. The Director General listed some relief items to Wale, and then also promised that some were coming by road. The day before yesterday, we received some of the items. Yesterday, we received some other items too. So I'm yet to meet with the regional minister and other stakeholders for us to see how we can do to help these victims. But then in the Mentiri area, there was this community, Jimbali, that was completely pulled down as a result of the flood. So we collaborated with the Ghana Education Service and released a particular school for us. We went to house them there. And we also provided them with some relief items and other logistics. Today and tomorrow we'll be going back to them and to see how best support them. Like what my minister said, yes, the situation is not all that good, but the government cannot handle the situation. We are appealing to other donor partners, churches and other religious organizations to also come out to support this victim.
Okay.
Restore them back to their normal status.
So what are the details of the dead? You said 4 people.
Yes.
Made up of who and who?
Them is as a result of drowning. But one of them, who is a child, it was a room that collapsed on her and then died. Yes.
Which part?
That's the units on this street in a community called Sambu.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's a building collapse, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the other 3 are drowning?
Yes, drowning, yes. Yes.
Are they the minister said 1 person is a child. So apart from the child, are all the other 3 adults or we've had more children?
No, the two are adults, but 2 are children.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. And so what sort of support are you giving to the people now as we speak?
Well, we are giving them food items like rice, like oil, blankets, mattresses, buckets, and other cooking utensils. You know, there are cooking utensils and most of the belongings have been washed away and they're useful. So these are some of the supports we are giving to the people for now.
I see some people's produce were also, drenched in water, and they tried relocating those ones.
Yes.
Some people have been dislodged from their homes.
Yes.
Have you found a place for these people to keep them safe for now?
Oh, like I said, over here, our people are such that when they are displaced and you try to provide them with a safe haven for them to go and stay there, sometimes some of them are not comfortable with that. They prefer going to be with their relatives. And when it happens like that, NADMO and other stakeholders, we don't have a problem with that. We only allow them to go and then stay with their relatives, and then whatever support that we have, we provide them. And those that I agree with us to go and live in the safe havens, we take them to the safe havens and then make the necessary provisions for them to stay in there comfortably.
All right. So if someone decides to come in to offer support, what kind of support do you need?
Oh, the support can be in various forms. It could be food items, building materials, clothing, cooking utensils, even cash. It's also accepted because their businesses and other businesses have been disrupted. So the support can be in that form.
Okay. All right then. So let's see how it will go. But are you picking report of the situation today? As we speak, what's the latest on this matter, on this flooding situation?
Like my minister indicated to you, you see some of the areas are not accessible. So you will not be able to get there. But we have the idea about what is happening there because the farmland, there are rooms, and then the road network. The movement is actually difficult for them. But like I said, we are on the ground trying to see how best we can help the situation within our own capacity.
But the places that you can access, is the water receding?
Yeah, not as much, because I just want us to take our time to do the proper thing, because we have been able to do assessment in 66 communities across the region.
Okay.
66 communities across the region. So we are still doing the assessment. It's ongoing. So as and when we are done, we'll share the report with you.
All right. I pray that you are able to reach the hard-to-reach communities, because we don't know what's happening. I mean, you may be getting report, but as to exactly what the extent, you may have to be there to see for yourself. So we pray that you are able to access these communities early. But let me get back to Mr. Yidana Zakaria. To other stories now, Ghana has been classified as moderate proficiency, ranks 4th in Africa, falling below South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria in the just released 2022 English Proficiency Index. Since independence, English has been the official language for the Republic of Ghana. Now, in the just released 2022 English Proficiency Index, the country has been ranked 4th in Africa and 41st globally, falling below the levels of Russia, France, Cuba, and Spain. In Africa, South Africa placed first, with Kenya and Nigeria assuming 2nd and 3rd positions, respectively. The Education First English Proficiency Index, EFEPI, attempts to rank countries by the equity of English language skills amongst those adults who took the EF test. The 2022 edition was calculated using test data from 2.1 million test takers in 2021. 111 countries and territories appear in the 2022 edition of the index. Let's give you a look at the situation on the continental level in case of the first 20 African countries and their performance. Now, South Africa is first, Kenya is second, Nigeria is third, Ghana fourth, Uganda came fifth, Tunisia sixth, Tanzania is seventh, Ethiopia came eighth, Morocco ninth, Algeria 10th. It continues like that. So this is the these are the first 10 countries by rank in English proficiency. So Egypt came 11th, Mozambique came 12th, Sudan 13th, Cameroon 14th, Somalia 15th, Cote d'Ivoire 16th, Angola 17th, Rwanda 18th, Libya 19th, and the Democratic Republic of Congo came 20th. So these are the first 20 countries by rank in Africa in terms of English Proficiency Index. Well, as an English-speaking country, to what extent will English language skills affect anything we do as a people living in a global village? For instance, among many of the requirements students applying for scholarships need to satisfy is their proficiency in English language by taking the International English Language Testing System exams, IELTS. At 4th position in Africa and 41st globally, my students sign up for the IELTS. Joining me via phone is the member of Education Committee in Parliament, Nochu Koto, for more. I'm grateful to you for joining us, sir. 4th in Africa and 41st globally in English speaking. To boast or not to boast?
Thank you very much, Sam, and good afternoon to you. Let me say that the English language, as you all know, is our official language in the country, and every business is conducted in it. Many countries are coming up now with proficiency in the language, and Ghana cannot be left behind. Years ago, we used to be on top of all these skills that are used in judging the proficiency. But let us not forget that people or other countries are also doing very well now. And Ghana's fourth position does not come to me as a surprise. What we need to do now is to make sure that we up our game. We should not be playing third position as it is now, because we have that flair for good English other than the other countries. But one major problem we are having now is the inability of our learners to read. The reading culture has reduced so much in the country that we are not doing well. So if we revive the interest that learners should have in reading, I am sure we can regain our first position. That is a major thing. And then the use of this mobile phone is also creating a problem. We are beginning to like pidgin English so much in the country now, which didn't used to be the case. So there's a need for us also to make sure that whilst we are speaking either broken English or pidgin English, we must not forget about the value of the English language itself that is used as a medium of instruction in our schools. So these are the few reasons why we are falling in that ranking scale.
Okay. And to what extent will our proficiency in this English language affect anything we do? And for that matter, should there be a cause for worry?
Yeah, there should be a cause for worry, although some are not happy that we are using the English language as the only medium of instruction for all our activities. Yes, not until we decide on any Ghanaian language that will be our official language. The English language will remain to be our official language. So, as I said earlier, there's a need for us to look at the structure of education. What do we want our learners to achieve in the proficiency of the English language? You know, recently in Parliament, there was a statement by Honorable Dahamabo that why should we, or as an English-speaking country, be forced to write proficiency in the examination, the TOEFL in the English language before we go to the foreign countries like the UK and USA to study, or even for work and stay pennies. So we are looking at all those things and trying to make recommendations. But as I say, we should be worried about it. We should take the necessary steps that will make us develop reading culture and then make sure that as we read, as we understand the language, the more we are able to become more proficient in it.
But it's not an issue of the teaching of the subject itself.
As I said in my listening to, I said that there's a need to look at the methodology that our teachers are using now. Is it retrogressive in the teaching of the language, or is it affecting the proficiency level? If it is so, then what new methods do we adopt to make sure that the teaching of the English language becomes more interesting, so that the learners can develop more interest in reading and then working and speaking the language? But if you don't speak well, it affects proficiency. If you don't write well, it affects proficiency. So those two things must be worked on so that we can do better than we have done.
All right, grateful to you for joining us, sir. So that's Peter Nochu-Kotoe. He is a member of the Education Committee of Parliament. With barely 2 weeks to the Super Delegates Congress of the governing MPP, flag bearer hopeful Francis Adainimo is calling for a free and fair election to prevent post-election divisions. He is, however, hopeful of winning the elections to lead the party. Samuel Imbura of our political desk has more.
Adainimo is number 7 on the ballot paper, dubbing himself the Cristiano Ronaldo of the race. Nimo says he's out to prove a point and not an underdog.
I have had the opportunity to go through the exercise in 2014 and out of even 2014 when I was seen to be an unknown person. 2014 I was seen to be an unknown person, and the surprise was that I came in third. So I'm not a new person in the party. I will be seen as the underdog again in this election, and that will be the underdog causing an upset or a surprise at the end of the day.
The former Mamprusi MP comes into the race with a vision to the forefront, one that stretches beyond party lines. His ultimate goal is to infuse unity into the MPP's core.
So the fundamental requirement is that we need to bring all members of the party together, and that is unity. And where there's unity, then we have the maximum strength.
However, Mr. Nimo believes that the role of the elections committee in shaping the party's cohesion to ensure unity is critical by conducting a free and fair election.
Let us offer an even playing field, characterized by the free nature of it, the fair nature of it, and the transparent nature of the process.
Leveraging his professional prowess as an engineer, Mr. Nimo assessed his unique suitability to lead the country. His technocratic expertise, he argues, equips him with the tools needed to steer the nation effectively.
Having worked as a civil servant also before at the Ministry of Roads and Highways, and having been a member of Parliament, I have enough insight into how central government operates or how the entire governance structure of the country is. I have enough insight.
In 2 weeks, the fate of 5 will be decided among 10 aspirants at the Superdelegates Congress of the MPP. Will the former Mamprusi MP, who is contesting the race for the second time, make it to the list? Time will decide. Samuel Mbura, Joy News.
Last night, host of PM Express, Evans Mensah, took us to the market for a better appreciation of the real cost of food inflation and how the public is reacting. Here is an excerpt from the Malamata market.
How much is what? A few more and said that any price here, okay. So, actually, say anything beyond a bonnie to me as a son. And I say so. I feel I but I didn't hear a pan and lawyer fair. Lawyer fair. And on a real. Now, also transport no. And a hammer pan. Yes. Didn't he? Sir, service you had rubber phone. I didn't take Kukura. On come from to the Aquana Edda. Baku say, what on I? Says me 20 city. And I'm 20 city. And I'm 25. And I'm 30. No 30. Into the board then pay 30. Yes. Okay. So what the compare be a time and I say 1 month, 2, 3 months ago. Not to say. Oh, price a change. Say a change. A change. A cost. Eba. Say a chair first. A chair first. In terms of price, no. A chair first. Say first, no. Can we say we better on better say 30. Back on say no. Say 25. Okay. So what I say. But say Lord Fanny to me back from. To me back from my na also ebehu. But I could afford it there. Brewum. To almost so bra sister abra. Nyadia won't bet to me a bit jam on my say and Tony for a season. To say no. A cabbage in the price no from Kakra. But we say green pepper, carrot, and the bone was through. No, the price is saying the body. It's a price no cost from. Green pepper the price no bag near 22 million per bag. 22 million. Now on the sense on a bar. Oh, it's me about 10 million. First not 1,000 and as a standard for the full bag. But say being you so no turn an say no. Okay. And say no bag no. Not basket say no. Not first not on. There be a full bag.
Oh, okay. Now, but when
you arrange.
Well, arrange means that when I 220.
No.
Okay, full bag.
Full bag, no.
Okay.
You see,
okay. It's where is he saying? Where is he saying here?
Between bed say be 200. 200.
200 cities. Okay, 200 cities. So the issue here is 200 cities. So let's look at it. Let's clarify that. So what you see in the basket is 200 cities.
Yeah.
First in the bar. Now go to buy here.
100 or 80 cities.
Wow.
Or 70 cities.
Nowadays, the market is not moving like how we want it to, because of especially this rainy season. It affects our market so much. Normally, when it comes to rainy season like this, the cars that will move to the bush to bring out the animals doesn't want to go, because when they go and what?
They get stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes we find it difficult getting the animals during what? Rainy season.
But also means that they are charging you more for transport.
Yes, definitely.
The animals
yeah.
To you at the market.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. The cow, goat, sheep, most of them are what? Coming from our neighboring countries like Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, and Niger. This is where we
Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, and Niger.
Yes.
As we speak right now, Niger is on fire with a coup. Burkina Faso has a coup. Mali has a coup. How is that affecting the price and your ability to get it?
Yes. So far, for the ones in Burkina Faso, and especially Togo, for instance, for them, deers are coming.
Okay.
But the ones in Niger and Mali are not coming like first.
Jeffrey 5 CD continue.
5 cities. And do make 3 cities.
Oh, David.
Okay, 5 cities, mommy. 5 cities,
okay.
So I'm buying 2 5 CD balls of fufu. That's 1. That's 5 CD.
Goat meat.
I'm a goat meat. Goat meat, okay.
But 15 CD or 10
okay, so goat meat, you said the goat meat is 15 CDs, is 10 CDs, mommy 15 CDs. Goat meat 15 CDs, mommy 15 CDs. Menu. So 15 CDs, I buy 15 CDs goat meat, 2 of that. So that's one of it is 15 CDs. And the second one. Okay, so that's 2. So this is 30 CDs for the 2, and you begin to see from the goat meat market we went. And now fish. Fish. I'm a fish. Now, how much is the fish? Okay.
Salmon fresh.
Salmon. Okay, salmon. How much is that? 10 CDs. So that is 10 CDs. As you can see, 10 CDs. Give me 1. So yours is 60 CDs. Mine is 50 CDs.
Yeah.
And is it costing you more now? Is that your favorite restaurant?
Yes.
Is it costing you more now to get your same food than it cost you, say, a few months ago? Or has the price gone up, or is it the same?
Oh, maybe some times ago, maybe I can buy 30, 40. Maybe a week, maybe I can buy food like here. I can buy food maybe a week like maybe 300 to 5
a week.
So that is the excerpt of that interaction by Evans Mensah in the Malata market to really assess the real food inflation out there. But Professor William Pepra of the Andrews University believes that the food inflation as we're witnessing now is due to the influence of the dollar effects of the city. So the dollar exchange rate, that is what is really influencing the food inflation that we're experiencing. We will bring you more of his reaction. He was addressing a webinar when he made that statement. So in addressing a webinar, he said he thinks that the factor driving the food inflation in Ghana is as a result of the dollar and cedi exchange rate.
We have noticed with the dollar becoming very dominant, and let me put it another way, very strong now, it's really affecting local entrepreneurs. They will have to look for more local currencies to go and exchange for fewer US dollars to be able to engage in international trade. What it means is that we are importing, let me put it in other inflationary pressures into various countries. I use Ghana as an example. As I mentioned, within last year alone, inflation got to about 57% by December, and it's now around 43%. A majority of the major component of the inflation is a result of exchange rates devaluation of the cedi. So such a situation is what is really affecting entrepreneurs. Also, if an entrepreneur wants to go and look for facilities or loan to be able to engage in international trade, it becomes a challenge. The question they will ask is, you are going to sell your product in your local currency. How are you going to price your product in a way to be able to pay back the loan? So it really also affects pricing of products. Entrepreneurs are not able to price their product because the exchange rates between the local currency and the US dollars keep changing. It becomes very volatile. So these are the factors that are really affecting entrepreneurs. It affects planning. And for us in the developing countries, we cannot plan. We need a form of stable currency that will help us be able to plan the long term. If we find out that the dollar or the currency is devaluing all the time, it means that we have to increase our prices, and that is really happening in most economies in the world. So a little bit of the inflationary pressures we have seen in the world, most of us are saying that it's because of the dollar becoming stronger by the day. And if we have an alternative for someone in Ghana to be able to trade with someone in Kenya in an acceptable currency, between someone in Ghana and say South Africa in an acceptable currency within Africa, then it will be able to help us to be able to create a more entrepreneurship. But now the currency we are all using as our acceptable currency is really affecting planning, pricing of products, and also affecting also getting people to purchase. The purchasing power of individuals in their various countries have become very small, and in that cases are killing a lot of businesses. In Ghana, for instance, it is projected if we are not able to find a stable currency, a lot of businesses will have to lay off workers. Manufacturing companies are finding it difficult to import raw materials into the country. So these are the effects that we are seeing with the dollar becoming stronger. So it's for entrepreneurs, what we want is that currency should be stable so that we'll be able to plan and be able to price well, find customers that will be able to buy within their purchasing power.
You're also watching Joy News Desk. We'll take a quick break. We will return with business. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Abeku Agri Santana. If there's anything that makes my life so easy, it is my bank. I love hanging out with my boys at our usual fufu joint. But even without cash, we still dey chop better with EcoBank Mobile. No matter the time of day, my bank helps me stay in touch with my beautiful wife whenever she's away. And when my beautiful wife is in town, she never misses out on her favorite TV shows because I'm able to pay up all my TV subscriptions from the comfort of my mobile phone. Whenever she has to get groceries too, my bank makes it cashless and convenient. And the part my wife loves the most is when my bank makes it possible and easy for her to shop from any part of the world without moving.
Welcome to the smart world of EcoBank. Download EcoBank Mobile from Google Play Store or the App Store and discover the smart way to bank. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
We've had news file over the weekend, and an interesting part of the conversation focused.
Oh no, we are out of range.
Oh, don't worry, Daddy. I have Alexa in my bag.
Alex, what?
Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana and play Joy FM.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
Listen to Joy FM, Hits FM, Love FM, live on your Amazon Echo. Listen to your favorite multimedia radio stations live on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana, play Joy FM or Hits FM or Love FM. Or catch up on your favorite podcast by saying, Alexa, play, and then the name of your favorite podcast from Multimedia Ghana. For a list of all podcasts available, say Alexa. Ask Multimedia Ghana to browse programs.
And we are back like we never lost signal.
Alexa, welcome to Multimedia.
For crystal clear and thrilling podcasts and live shows, download and listen to us on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, MyJoy Online, Amazon services like Echo, Amazon Music, and Audible, Stitcher, Adom Online, Overcast, and Pandora. Take note of everything. Sign up for the multimedia digital platforms now to stay updated.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Women cocoa farmers in the Brekum district of the Bono region are calling for government's intervention towards encouraging young women, especially into cocoa farming. Speaking at a farmers' rally involving 25 women groups at Jinijini, the chairperson, Margaret Henewa, also said labor support at the farms would help reduce costs, increase productivity, and improve the livelihoods of women farmers. Pedro Semevo has more.
Annual Farmers Rally of the Bronahafu Women Cooperative Farmers and Marketing Union, Brekum Chapter, under the theme Gender Equality in Cocoa Production at Jinijini, brought together over 950 women cocoa farmers, taking through issues to improve their work and livelihood. These women farmers play significant roles in Ghana's cocoa production, usually supporting their husbands and fathers. They were sensitized to come together as cooperatives with some available interventions to help improve their yields and livelihoods. Ernest Owusu-Ansan is the Bono Regional Manager, Cocoa Health and Extension Division at Cocoa Board.
Especially in the account setup, we practice matrilineal. So when the man is no more and the woman has no stake in the cocoa farm, so we have sensitized them to get their own land and then own whatever it comes out from the land. And when they come together as a cooperative, they can assess the interventions that Cocoa Board is giving to the cocoa farmers. They are into it and they are about the idea. And we are giving them the technical know-how to go about cocoa by adopting the good agronomic practice and then getting good yield, productivity, increasing their productivity to get results for their cocoa.
The chairperson of women farmers in the Brekum district, Margaret Henewa, bemoaned the many bottlenecks affecting the women cocoa farmers. She called for support to ensure sustainability as age and strength are not on their side.
If you see our women's group, we are from 50 above, nearing to go home. But we have to empower our daughters to join cocoa production. So we need government to assist us so that our ladies will be happy to get inside. We are women, we don't have more strength, so we need laborers. We have some, those who spray our cocoa, those pollinators. If we can get some few laborers to help our women so that the cost will reduce. We will all be happy. We need NGOs to assist us, to empower us, so our future, the children will continue to do it.
She also appealed for support to venture into the production of other crops during the off-cocoa season.
The women's always crying for fertilizers, shoes, and insecticide, so that it will help us to cultivate more cocoa. We don't do only cocoa. We deal with foodstuffs, and now we are learning soap, honey, so many things. As you saw it, it's money. So if you can get government to help us, NGOs to help us, and bankers, then we can do more.
The chief of Jinijini, Bafo Asare II, appealed to cocoa farmers to desist from selling their lands for galamsey activities. Precious Semevo, Joy Business, Jinijini.
Now, the Ghana Developing Communities Association, a non-governmental organization in the Northern region, has called on government to include social accountability in the African Continental Free Trade Area implementation strategy. The GDCA believes this transformative initiative will ensure transparency, inclusivity, and effective progress tracking. The Executive Director, Alhaji Osman Abdurrahman, made this proposal at a press conference in Tamale.
The press conference organized by the GDCA was to mark this year's Africa Day of Decentralization and Local Government by the African Union, with a focus on acceleration of AFTA and how local governance can speed up the progress. Executive Director of the GDCA, Alhaji Osman Abdurrahman, said transparency, inclusivity, and effective progress tracking will help expedite the benefits of AFTA for Ghanaians.
In a significant stride towards propelling Ghana's participation in Africa to new heights, GDCA is glad to share the importance of integrating social accountability into the Africa implementation strategy. This inclusivity and effective progress tracking, thereby expediting the benefits of Africa for the people of the country. It's a great platform for Ghana's economic advancement, offering access to an expanded market of over 1.3 billion consumers across the African continent. As a nation renowned for its entrepreneurial spirit and diverse economic sectors, Ghana stands poised to reap substantial gains from the Africa. However, the successful realization of these gains requires an unwavering commitment to transparent governance and the active involvement of all stakeholders.
He said AFTA has a huge potential for local development.
The AFTA initiative presents a huge potential for local development. It is argued to be either the largest or the second largest to the World Trade Organization, considering the number of members, the potential market population, and other factors. For Ghana in particular, hosting the Africa Secretariat presents additional opportunity to the country.
Alhaji Osman also raised concerns over trade policy initiatives and ideas remaining at the continental and national levels without attempts to bring it to the local level.
Most trade policies, initiatives, or ideas remain at the continental and national levels without much attempt to bring the local level to the local level to facilitate citizens' understanding, acceptance, and participation to actualize the objectives of the policy initiatives. Lack of information. In relation to the point one above, insufficient information, awareness and understanding of other provisions among businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises and member countries, citizens in general, could and does limit their ability to take advantage of the trade agreements.
And that's it for this segment. The news returns after this break.
HD, the new exciting football channel, is now available only on HD Plus and brings you football from around the world. Watch Sadio Mane and Daniel Kofichre in the top weekly match of the Bundesliga 1 and DFB Cup, Primera Liga, Copa de la Liga Profesional, see Ronaldo in the Saudi Pro League, as well as daily sports news every other hour. Also, get updated on Messi and Mbappe on PSG TV and many more. Feely on HD Plus channel 151. Agronaede, HD Plus, the Feely experience.
We've had news file over the weekend, and an interesting part of the conversation focused.
Oh no, we are out of range.
Oh, don't worry, Daddy. I have Alexa in my bag.
Alex, what?
Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana and play Joy FM.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
Listen to Joy FM, Hits FM, Love FM, live on your Amazon Echo. Listen to your favorite multimedia radio stations live on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Multimedia Ghana, play Joy FM or Hits FM or Love FM. Or catch up on your favorite podcast by saying, Alexa, play, and then the name of your favorite podcast from Multimedia Ghana. For a list of all podcasts available, say Alexa. Ask Multimedia Ghana to browse programs.
And we are back like we never lost signal.
Alexa, welcome to Multimedia.
Welcome back from the break. Now, the former Second Lady, Matilda Misafa, has taken a swipe at the chiefs and leaders of the Western region for not doing much to support the development of the region, and most especially the fight against Galamsey menace, which has been a worry to the nation. Ghana's vegetation, including water bodies, have been destroyed by activities of illegal miners to the detriment of the health and safety of mining communities. Despite a host of national efforts as well as those from environmental activists, not much has been achieved in the fight against illegal mining. Speaking at the Western Regional Development Conference, the former Second Lady expressed deep disappointment at the poor posturing of traditional leaders in the region to help stem the problem.
Aulaimo, Nanano, where have you been? Where have you been when all the lands are being taken over by Galamsey? Some say that you have sold our lands. Some say that you are fronted for big men in Accra, in Takoradi, in Ho, even in America, even in China. And some even say that you have been given huge amounts of money. I don't even see the huge amounts of money on you. I don't see it in your buildings. I don't see it in the way you dress. I don't see it anywhere. But did you collect those huge amounts? We can only ensure that this region is given the necessary recognition.
And that's how we wrap up today's bulletin. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. We'll meet again at 12. Good morning.